That was a bit of a chug. All right. So let's dive right in, guys. Today is going to be pretty intense. So be ready to take some notes. And just to preface this too, be thinking big. Be thinking big here, okay? This can happen for you too. All of this stuff is possible. So, all right. So today we're going to be talking about paid ads 101. So first of all, the philosophy of social media ads and the way that I see social media ads is like this. Everybody's on social media these days. That's both big and small, companies, both rich and poor people, both old and young people. Everybody is on social media. And this poses an insane opportunity for each and every one of us, because the problem is every business isn't on social media. I don't know how many millions of businesses. I'd love it if somebody could look it up, or if they know how many millions of businesses there actually are. But there's literally millions and millions of businesses in each and every country, and they all need advertising to stay alive. They've been relying on word of mouth and referrals, and traditional marketing has been out of touch for them because it's so expensive. And so that's where the opportunity comes in for each and every one of us, because now we can actually take these digital tools to them, which are cheaper and they're more effective and they're easier to track, and there's more flexibility, and there's more, maybe not more stability, but there's a lot of stability in the numbers. So I'm going to show you how all that works. But essentially, that's the big opportunity we have as business owners, to be running these kind of digital. I mean, just one funnel, just one really good email automation, just one text message automation, just one link on your website. All those things can have a tremendous impact on the revenue generation of a small local business. And that's what we're going to be able to uncover. So ads is a dollars game, dollars in, dollars out. Okay. Ads is a total volume numbers game. It's very mathematical, and you can't be emotional about it. That's where businesses fail. They get really emotional about it and they're scared to spend money. Okay. Every single month, I'm running thousands of dollars worth of ads, and sometimes it sucks. Like in July, we had a really low month and I spent more than I'd ever spent before. But then the next month, some of those deals carried over and it ends up working over time. People say, hey, I've been watching your ads for a year. I finally decided to click. So you just got to keep some different hooks in the water. Okay. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Alongside of this is the rule of sevens. So there's an old marketer that used to talk about that over a 7-day period, you need to have 7 impressions with your target prospect or your target customer in order for them to convert with you. So a lot of people, and a conversion, that could be them clicking on an ad, that could be them calling, that could be them actually buying. Okay, a conversion covers, all of that. So you can determine what that means for your business. But in the rule of sevens, it states that you got to get in front of them 7 times. Okay. And I'd say now, this is a little bit old of a rule. I'd say now it's probably times 7, right? It's probably times 10. Okay. You got to have the rule of 21. You got to have the rule of 100, right? And that's the reality with today's modern age, because people, our attention span just dropped below a goldfish. You see that goldfish in your living room that's floating around? They actually say that now humans have a less attention span than a goldfish. Okay, it's less than 1.7 seconds, right? So this is the average, guys. And we have to, as marketers, we have to capitalize on that, and we have to adapt to those times. Business owners don't have time. That's the opportunity for you. So the rule of sevens, I always tell this to my clients when they're like, hey, man, why aren't we getting more leads, or why aren't we getting more sales yet? And I'm like, man, people got to see your ads over some time. Like they're going to be seeing it the first time. Maybe they're on the go. Maybe they're like scrolling and driving. You don't want them filling out your ad when they're scrolling and driving. So I used to put a feature on my ads where I would block them from, they would have to be connected to Wi-Fi in order to see the ad. And that helped where people would be sitting down, they'd be somewhere comfortable. But I don't really do that anymore. I just figure that the next time they see it is the time that they'll convert. And so you have to show them different kinds of ads, different kinds of messaging, depending on where they're at in the sales cycle. Okay. And the idea with paid ads, guys, is put in $1 and get back to OG marketer Dan Kennedy. He always talks about how you should never spend $1 on marketing that you're not going to instantly turn into 2. Okay, so if you can put $1 into 2 or into 3, into 4, into 5, that's going to be successful. Okay, so I'll tell you guys a quick story. One of my new clients, he was having some issues where he wasn't seeing the sales on the other end. They were getting a ton of leads. They were having some conversations. And I said, hey, man, well, why don't you try following up like this? And I shared some of the follow-up statistics that I share with you guys to him. And when I told him that, he was like, okay, let me try this. And I sent out a database reactivation to his leads. I got a bunch of people saying, yes, I'm interested. Yes, I'm interested. And he started jumping on those. He ended up selling 2 cars out of that text blast that I did of the leads that we had already generated that his team already talked to. And off those 2 cars, he made $11,400. The total in the month we've spent is $1,000 on his ads. Plus he sold another car at the beginning of the month that was worth like $3,000. So total, he's made $15,000, close to $15,000, and we've only spent $1,000. And he's got another 100 leads to work. That's arbitrage. That's where you can really turn $1 into 10. And if you can do that over time, then you're going to win. But you have to make sure the clients understand that. They have to actualize the return on investment. Okay, so if they don't realize that they're putting $1 in, they're getting $10 back, they're going to feel like, I'm getting a lot of leads, but I'm not getting a lot of sales. And so you have to show them like, yeah, but all these leads are in your email list now. Like you own these, like you just got to turn them over. People will come to me and they're like, hey, we're getting a ton of leads, but we're not getting any sales. How can we get more sales? And I'm like, you can either increase your budget and get more volume that way, or you guys can just grind the leads harder. Call them more often. Let's look at what you've got in place. Call them faster, call them more frequently, call them more often, text them in a better way. Look at everything. Look at everything. You know, this stuff, it's not just one lever that you're going to pull that's going to make your paid ads more successful. There's like 17 different little optimizations that'll be done that will actually help you improve your contact rates, that'll help you improve your response rates. And that's how all this stuff works. So big brands that use these same tools that are accessible to us, we can literally use these as marketers. Brands like Ford, Visa, Nike, Amex, Slack, Disney, Hulu, you name it. They're literally using paid ads. Do you think that they would be using paid ads and spending all that money if they didn't work? No, of course not. They have expert analysts that look at the profit and loss sheets, and they know that paid ads works. You guys know I'm a big fan of Shark Tank, right? And I love watching Shark Tank at night after a long day, and because it inspires me, and it's kind of like entertainment too. And one of the things recently on Shark Tank that I realized is there's a trend. The businesses where they say, I've got 2 million in sales, and everybody's like, whoa, there we go, talking some numbers, they get excited. They're like, so how did you do it? And they always talk about, we figured out digital, we hired a lot of agencies, we ran a lot of marketing. Like, guys, I was thinking, if you want to be real creative, go and find the businesses in Shark Tank that literally said that they're running marketing, see what kind of marketing they're running through the ads library, and then maybe reach out to them if you support their brand and be like, hey, really support your mission. I know you're running a ton of advertising already. I'd love to help you out, because you kind of like get to see them in that episode. So just a crazy thought I had one day of like, this would be an interesting prospecting method, because you can kind of figure out who they are a little bit easier. But anyways, off my tangent, ads, everybody runs ads. There's a reason that people run ads and they're successful. If a local chiropractor is successful in Montana, they will still be successful in Georgia with the same pretty much ad system. Okay. So the mindset behind this for teaching your clients and running for your own business, if you're running acquisition campaigns, is don't give up too early. You have to run the play, run it for the duration of time, spend the money, and do more of whatever works. Okay. Just in the beginning, you can spend $1,000 on ads. And guys, this is a more advanced training today. So this isn't necessarily super beginner friendly. But I'm just going to go there with you guys. So like, if you're trying to get clients for your own agency, you should probably expect to spend $1,000 and maybe get one client. Okay. It's that hard to break into. If you're running ads for a local client, you spend $1,000 of their budget in a local radius of their business with a good offer, they're going to have people showing up that same day. And so you just make sure that you know the lifetime value of their customers. And you say, okay, if we close one customer and they stay with you the average of time that a customer stays with you, and they spend the average amount, not the highest, not the lowest, the average, what's that going to be worth to a business owner? It depends on the business. That's why you got to know your niche. You got to know your business numbers. But a lot of times, like I mean, even a gym a lot of times is making $2,500 to $5,000 lifetime value on their members. And I mean, just depending on the industry, like dealerships, they make, I mean, lifetime value, we don't even look at, we look at sale value. You know, they make $3,000 minimum on a sale profit. So we just focus on that. If we only bring them one sale a month, they can pay my $3,000 a month retainer. And we bring them like on average 5 to 10 to 15 sales, even just spending $500 to $1,000 sometimes on ad budget. So it's worth it to run ads for lower budgets, but the results will come slower. And that's okay for smaller local businesses. If I'm running ads for a small local business, I might only need to spend like $300 and they're like busier than they've ever been. So just keep that in mind. That's why it's worth testing for people. And that brings me to my next point. Test, monitor, optimize, refine, scale, and repeat over and over and over and over. You don't want to test too many different things at once. Test one thing at a time. Monitor the results. And we'll do a deeper dive on advertising later in the Agency Box program that I'll show you guys. But essentially, you know, like you want to keep your tests really tight, figure out what works, and then just scale that. Because like a lot of times people will have a winning ad that's bringing them clients and they'll shut it off. And it's like, well, did you show it to every single person in your target market 7 times? Because if you didn't, you should just let that thing keep rocking. I've got ads that I'll run for like 8 months. I've seen people run ads for over a year. One of my competitors has literally been running the same ads for almost 2.5 years, and they still are getting new clients in my niche from it. And they just learn how to scale that same ad. There's a lot of benefit to letting something get really big and putting a lot of dollars behind it, because you can get more paid views, comments, and the organic starts to pick up on it as well. So yeah, guys. And at the end of the day, good advertising is just good communication, making things very clear and simple, finding a problem, offering a solution, and bridging the gap. Taking them in their mindset. When you're running copy, you're taking them from where they are, meeting them there, and you're bringing them to where you are, which is the solution, okay? Behind the door, behind the hurdle that they're stuck with right here, okay? So that's what good advertising is. The better you can get at communication, meaning like video, like some people just run one good video to one basic landing page and get calls on the calendar and connect with people. And they're so authentic and they're such like a good communicator that they just build $1 million business that way. Video is something to really focus on, especially for your clients' paid ads and B2C, because when you're running videos for them, they get a very higher quality of lead because you're actually putting them out there. You know, there's something to be said about showing face. Then the person shows up to the business. They're like, oh, that's the guy from the video. You're everywhere. Then they get their ego stroked. And some people will pay more for having their ego stroked than actually getting money in their bank account. It's crazy. So video, good communication, all what we're doing in marketing, the creative, is all just a form of communicating a message in a silo, right? Okay, lead magnets. Guys, we're going to talk a little bit about lead magnets. I'll show you a couple that you can use. So when you're running a lead for a local business or for yourself, you want to look at something that you can offer people that's going to be free, that's going to give them a little sample, a little appetizer for them to start experiencing what your service could be like, and getting to know you a little bit better. So some examples of this, it's going to be a free trial. Okay. If you can offer a free trial, this is usually the highest converting lead magnet that you'll see, but also you'll get what I call Groupons, which are people that just take everything free and they don't have any intention of taking action. So there's no right and wrong. It's different things work for different businesses and you want to try it out. Discounts work, but they got to be like aggressive, like retail. You see some really good discounting in retail. Just go, if you're struggling to figure out a good discount to run for a business, just go into like a Macy's or go into like even like the women like Pink or something. Like they run some crazy offers for retail. They'll be like 10 over, it's like 2 for $38 or 10 for $40. It's like, what? You know, it's like you have to jump on that. And so like certain things like that, you know, just looking for really good discounts, like a buy one, get one 50% off of something that's high ticket, or buy one, get one free, or buy this, get this other thing free. Those are all going to be good. Coupons. People like to claim coupons, but they've got to have some real scarcity and some real takeaway procedure. Like they got to be limited to a time duration. So coupons used to work a lot better for us in automotive, and now I think people just know that the dealership is going to make it so there's a coupon, even though there might not be. So they don't, it's not a huge resonance in that. So we keep it a little bit more direct on our offers, but coupons would work for a lot of other things, especially established things that people are already buying. So yeah, keep that in mind, like a massage coupon for first time buyers. You guys know that I have a dream of building a massage agency on the side. So whoever decides to do that, I'll help you. But yeah, disc coupon code for your first time massage, 50% off. And then it goes into a subscription model. Somebody could make bank with that on paid ads. Like they really could. Yeah, I really love the service subscription model, and whoever wants to make a massage agency, like if you've got connections there, we should do that, because I think I've never seen the ads for it. I think it would be huge. I just don't have the time. So a second type of lead magnet that you can do, it's not even really a lead magnet. It's just directly tell them what your offer is. And this will be a really low converting ad at first, but over time you might get like some actual people from that. So the highest examples and the highest levers of this would be people that run like agency ads, and they'll just get a dedicated marketing team, only $29.97 a month. They'll just put that in the ad. It's $3K a month. When you put the product and the price in the ad, your cost per metric is going to skyrocket up, but it's kind of better because you're telling people what's up from the get-go, and you're not getting a bunch of freebie seekers that are just trying to join your list and they're not actually going to take any action. So what I like to do is kind of find a balance of the in-between, where I'm not directly pitching my high ticket offer, but I'm also not giving away, something that they're just going to add to their list and then not do anything with. I'm doing right in the middle. So I like to offer them the free magnet and stuff like that if they qualify for a call on my calendar. If they do that, then I will offer them all the free ads we do, all the resources, the PDF. But if they don't do that, then, they're not just going to download my free stuff just because. They have to book a call in order to get that. And it cuts down the amount of people that, sign up, and it also increases your amount of bookings. And I'm pretty much just directly offering, hey, let me see if I can help you. This is what we do. These are the results we've got. So that's how I run it for myself. And then resources. So this ties into what I was just talking about. So giving him free guides, like an ebook, a free training, guides. These things work. I mean, you've seen 100 of them. You've probably downloaded them yourselves. The key, like Alex Hormozy's big on this, says to make something so good that people would pay money for it and give it away to them for free. So whatever you can do, putting it out there for free, a lot of times the best move is to sell the information, or to teach the information for free and then sell the implementation of actually doing that activity. So I'll free train you to teach you how to get the best deal on buying a car. And then at the end, everything points back to book a consultation so you can get a custom plan to buy a car without losing money. So here's some examples of ads that you guys can run in 3 very different niches that all had tremendous results and tremendous impact. So first off, this ad with the 2 little cute kids here, they're all grown up now. This was years ago when I first started. This was one of the first ads I ever ran, guys. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys here know my story. At the same exact time, I started running ads for the gym I was training at and the dealership I worked at. And both ads just started taking off. I was selling cars. I wasn't even a car salesperson at that point. I was just cleaning cars in the detail pit. And then over on the other side, I was just training at this jiu-jitsu gym. And I said, hey, let me post on your social media. I started out, guys, posting every day for my friends' businesses. I didn't even know about ads yet. And then I was like, hey, if we put $100 behind this, there's only 10,000 people in this city. Maybe some people will see it. And the results were incredible, guys. I showed you last week. I'm going to literally just bounce back there super fast because it's important. You guys can see the before and after. This was when I started running the ads with them on the before. And then the after is the picture below. You can see they got new mats. They got new lighting, and obviously they have a ginormous kids program, and that was all through, I was running the ads, and then I was actually teaching the kids classes too. And this was me when I first kind of got started, you guys, training jiu-jitsu, making some money with various acts that, I don't support now. And yeah, it was kind of lost. And then we went to this. So well, I talked about all that last week. So let's bump back to where we were, scroll back into the future. Okay, so I'm running this ad for these kids. They start getting new students in. That was amazing. Over the course of working with them, I think it was like 6 or 8 months of running his ads, he added $100,000 lifetime value, meaning he was adding people paying $100 a month, and they were bringing like 3 kids, $300 per person, and we added like 60. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, guys. I don't want to butcher them. A lot of stuff. They changed their whole business. Now they're looking for a new location because they maxed it out. These guys, Canadian real estate company. I'd never done real estate before. I got this client through a random like referral, and I was like, yeah, I can do it. So we came up with an offer, and we said, hey, get access to new developments coming up in your area. They're going to be around 450,000. If you're in the market, you're going to want to be the first ones to get these houses. And the results were incredible. We got people downloading it. They got the new developments onto a waiting list. They were having people fighting over applications. It was insane. One ad, that's all it took. Well, we had some different creation variations for sure, but it was just one campaign. So then that brings me to Lakewood Engravings. Guys, this one's one of my favorite stories of all time. This guy literally, okay, so look at the bottom here. Website purchases. He got 37 website purchases, and his conversion amount was $7,630. We spent $581, and he got a 13.13 average return on ad spend. So he was getting $15 per purchase on a $130 product. And this was around Black Friday, and we accidentally broke this guy's business. He was only doing like 3 to 4 signs per month. He paid us, and we did a low ticket for him. It was like less than $1,500, I think we charged him. And we spent the $500 on ads out of that $1,500. It wasn't much at all. And he broke his total business. 37 sales. He had to work from Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas. And he had a sister working for him. He was like, guys, I got to turn off the ads because I've been working like, every single hour of the day, waking minute, trying to get these signs done. And it was huge. And all we really did is we framed it as a gift. We ran it to a huge audience in the United States, and we just said customable, one-of-a-kind artwork that represents all things we love about lake life. Oh yeah, it was specific to people that do lakes. It was in a niche, which is even better. Then we targeted like boat, fishing, that kind of stuff. And we put a lot of testimonials of people saying, got my husband one, he loves it, that kind of stuff. It was huge, guys. It was huge. We absolutely broke his business. So remember, when running ads, don't boost a post. Boosting a post is not running an ads. Learn how to run them or hire someone to sponsor the ads behind you. So if you're an agency owner and you're already above 10K a month, it's not a bad idea to hire a company or hire somebody that can run your ads for you, B2B. They can kind of act as a stand-in fractional CMO, chief marketing officer for you. They can write copy, they can build funnels. You're going to want to grow that way as an agency, in my opinion, because there's just, I got clients, guys, I got clients all over the country. And how would I get a client in Long Island, New York, while I'm in Denver or South Dakota without running ads? It's very difficult. We do get clients other ways than that, but 90% of my acquisition is through Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram ads for myself. So learn how to do it, invest the time, invest the money, or hire somebody that's going to be good at doing it. We talked about, you create a bridge between the problem and solution. That's the whole core idea behind running ads and marketing in general. People hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Whenever you're framing things, always frame things in a way that supports their best interests. So many rookie marketers and copywriters, this is what they do. They say, hi, at the Shift Social, Siri, wasn't talking to you. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. My Siri just became transient and it's alive again. Okay. So, oh yeah. So a lot of people would say, like in their marketing, they'll say, hey, the Shift Social, we are dedicated to doing XYZ. We, me, me. And it doesn't actually help you or help the prospect understand that you get them. They're interested in learning about you and what you have to offer after they know that you understand them and their pain. So you have to start with them and their pain. Okay. If you are tired of experiencing this and you want to experience this, then I have this thing that you might be interested in. Okay. That's a very different frame, and it transcends all marketing, email marketing, text marketing, email, your actual ads, your copywriting, your videos, everything should be focused around them, what they're actually going through. You want them to feel like you know them better than they do, and you deeply understand their pain. When this happens, people will literally schedule with you, and they will be excited for the call, and they'll tell their friends about it, and it's big. So you have to put the thing in front of them to let them buy and not sell them on it, right? So yeah, and you might even want to disqualify a lot of people from it, saying it might not be right for you. We're looking for somebody very specific. We don't work with everybody. And scarcity's got to be real too. I put in my ads, we can only bring on 10 clients a month. We pretty much only can. My team's kind of like not a huge team. So I like to just add 10 clients. I don't like to overwhelm. So we put that in there. It's real scarcity, and that makes our ads more profitable too. So the same way you get from 0 to 10K is to 10K to 100K. It's just more volume and doing the same things. A lot of people do the right things either too early or too late, but regardless, they don't do them for long enough. So if you're doing the right things, you got to keep doing the right things and keep building on that in order to be super successful over time. Past 100K scaling, I think that's when it's not more volume anymore. I think that's when it comes down to different channels, different systems. But I mean, the same exact ads, if you're getting an ad, like for example, Lakewood Engravings, he could have probably taken that ad to maybe $1 million, maybe, because like there's so many people that love lakes. The ad was already proven at a 13x ROI. So every $100 he was putting in, he was getting back $1,300. So if he just kept putting hundreds in, he could have just scaled that thing like crazy, but he couldn't keep up on the back end. So you got to find businesses that can handle it too on the back end. That's going to be huge. And remember this too, guys, one variable off and the campaign will flop. When I talk about 17 optimizations, that's very real in every single component of this entire operation. There's hundreds and hundreds of optimizations that you have to do to make any single piece successful. And it happens over time slowly. So if there's one thing off that's not congruent, if there's one thing off that's not, it doesn't feel right. Like my friend, like I love him to death, but he's like an idiot with running ads. Like I literally love this guy. And I've told him, I'm like, dude, you're being an idiot. Do not spend another dollar on this. And I'm going to show you guys it. Sorry, Brett, if you end up seeing this. Oh, it's over here. But bro, this is crazy. He literally runs this and he's like, Solar Pros currently closing at least 5 deals per month. Sick of lazy marketers. And he's got this gargantuan, like thing going with this pizza and this gross guy. I'm like, dude, it just feels emotionally bad. It's just a bad vibe. That's not who you are. You're a great vibe. So put great vibes out there. Like I get the messaging you're trying to do. It's kind of funny. Put it on a blog post or something. Don't run that as your front end ad where somebody's first engaging with your company and they see like the sloppy marketer. I know you're trying to put that person down. There's a better way to do that. Maybe make a funny video talking about like, yeah, man, I'm just eating Cheetos and playing Xbox, got a new marketing client, something funny where you're in your mom's basement with your marketing agency, selling to local business, something funny you could do, but you got to make sure the ads are congruent. And I felt like that wasn't congruent to the value of service that he offered. And so I told him like, that's your first variable that's off. Your whole campaign is going to flop. Don't spend another dollar on this. Okay. So everything needs to be synced up. And of course, guys, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't going to spit some free game at you. Always never run out of ad creative ideas. Again, just go to the ads library every week. You should just be spending a few hours in here and just scrolling various things like my massage agency. Like I can just type in massage and see some people are running ads. Let's see, Massage Heights. They're running a lot. Ooh, I don't see any direct offers. I don't see any lead magnets. Let me guess. This goes to a brick wall website. Okay, this isn't a terrible, like, oh, it's so it's not a landing page. Okay, this isn't a funnel. This is a website with so many buttons to click. I'm already overwhelmed. At least I can go to the book now. What does that experience look like? Oh, it's flashing at me. I got to sign in. This is confusing. I'm out. Okay, that's an opportunity for me. So I could call these people and just say, hey, I think we could optimize your existing ad experience with the same amount of budget that you're already running just by running a little bit more direct response style inbound advertising. Like this is better. 60-minute facial, $89.99. This is better, but it doesn't even link to that direct offer. So that would confuse people, and for that reason, they're out. Okay, so yeah, they're running a bunch of ads. This is a big prospect here. So I would, if I was going after them, guys, I would literally just try to get a hold of them in like 5 different ways. So I would just probably call them. I'd put in a lead form, and then I'd message them. I'd say I like their ads, but I think that there's some ways to improve. I just accidentally stumbled upon them. I'm actually not working in their niche, but I'd love to give them some advice and see if it helps them. And then I would just ask to get on a quick phone call with them. And I would literally just tell them everything I just told you guys. And I would just tell them the information for free. And then it'd be up to them if they wanted to move on it. But I'd look at their reviews. I'd be like, so reviews is a really good way to contact people because you can find out. Check this out. Okay. Great facial from Emily and and a massage from Clinton. You can look at their bad reviews too, and that can sometimes tell you maybe you don't want to work with them. Russell. So you can find out who some people are, and you can be like, oh, cool. So, you guys still got Clinton down there. Clinton's got a lot of good reviews. I was looking at your stuff. So it's not super high converting. If you really want to get a hold of them, you have to follow up every way possible, and you have to do it a lot of times until you get a hold of them. And that can work. Another method that people will do is they'll put a TV behind them, or they'll edit a video where they're like, there's in the background, it's this Facebook page or their website. And it's like, what's up, Massage Heights team? Super glad to be connected with you guys. I was just scrolling and I saw your website. I like what we have here. But some things that I was looking at in your ads over here, and you would like show them ads and you do like a little breakdown. And you could do that customized per business that you work with. It's a work up front for sure, but you send that to them, and you send it every way. You send it through LinkedIn, email, you message it to them, like you send it to Facebook, everything. You send it to everything. And once you do that, like they're bound to open that up, and you could just put it on a landing page that says interested, press the green button and book with me now. And they'll go through and they'll book a call through that. So that's just one little thing that people will try to do sometimes to increase. People do like automated Loom outreach and stuff like that, where they'll just automatically have that going. So there's AI things that can actually automate that for you. So tons of ideas in here, guys. And see, I was just in the ads library, and I just followed a hunch. Like, you guys can learn a lot about everything in here. Like, this is what companies are spending like millions of dollars on. So if there's data in here, and if you really want to like hack one of your competitors, like I know my whole competitor's business back and front because we're in the same ad accounts. My clients hire me and them. And also, aside from that, I can go to their ads, and I can find their ads. And right here, when I find their ads, I can find their landing page. And when I find their landing page, I can find their case studies. Okay, so like right here. So this is crazy, guys. This is really crazy. You want to know what somebody's doing. So when you see the ads, the problem is you can't see the results they're getting. But when you look over here and you can find one of these people that lists or listen to this video where somebody says their name. Hey, my name is XYZ with whatever Ford company. Like for example, so this guy says White Rock Dodge. Okay, so what I could do then is I could find out exactly what they're running for them and how they got that exact result. And I could see what ads led to what result. And then through finding out with the dealership owner, if you can get a hold of the person, when you ask your discovery questions, you just ask them about how everything works and how your ads were doing and that kind of stuff. I can't find them right now. They might not still be running for them. Probably the case studies are old. But then you just ask them, like, how much were you guys spending on ads? How many cars was it selling you? And then you can look at what ads they're running, and you can understand their whole entire fulfillment model. And then you can use that to make your system better. So a lot of things that they were doing is stuff that we'd already been doing. And so it just kind of confirmed, okay, we're on the right track. We got to keep going. And so that's a way you can, that's an overview of ads library and using it to the maximum. And you can also send clients Loom videos of you going over their ads, super high ROI strategy to share with them, especially if they just need an ad copy tweak. I got a client that was worth I think in total between referrals and what he paid me, close to $50,000 when I first moved down here to Denver. Guy that I trained with at the gym. Basically, all I did was, he said he was running ads. I said, let me take a look at your ads. I went home. I recorded a Loom video. It was 12 minutes long. I told him, this is how I would do the copy. This is how I would change some things. I would send the person straight to a calendar, and he hit me up and he's like, dude, thank you so much for doing that, man. When can you get on a call? And I got on a call with him and I pitched him and he signed up and he sent me 7 referrals, and I'm still working with him to this day, in a various degree. So yeah, guys, like that's huge. And we have a really good relationship too. And it was a niche that I wasn't even a part of. So yeah, guys, that's exactly how you can do that. Okay, so once you get leads in, and guys, I like e-commerce for sure, because you can just sell somebody and then it's a dollar for dollar equation, which is super scalable. But lead generation is a whole different game. So with lead generation, you have to make sure that you can automate your follow-up and solve the speed to lead problem. The average business within working hours takes 1 hour to follow up with a lead, and 9 hours when it's after hours. Okay, that's the average business that's doing pretty well. But there's over 58% of businesses that don't follow up with their leads at all. Over half of businesses don't even follow up with their leads, hardly at all, and it's not systemized. So you can automate that through Go High Level, through the agency fulfillment application, everything like that, with personalized responses that work your leads for you and automate the things you repeatedly say over and over for your lead generation campaigns. So SMS marketing is super powerful. People text these days. It's everything. Text message have like a 96% open rate. So, and we see about a 56% response rate on text alone. So SMS marketing is huge. You got to make sure that you're compliant, meaning that the leads you're texting for a business have opted in and agreed and consented to getting text. And you can easily add in your lead form, in your survey, in your application, in your website, a checkbox that says, I want to receive SMS messaging from this company. Then it's all good to go. Then you can text them until they say stop. And the beauty of this is you get to take someone off platform. Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels, I'm sure a lot of you know about ClickFunnels. He was huge on this idea of taking somebody off a platform so you can actually own them at that point. You own their email, you own their text, and you're not at liberty of Facebook ads, TikTok ads, anything. You can just send them a text message and reach them at any time. So database mining, database generation, database management is a big thing for companies, and they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to leverage their database, and that's a huge, huge opportunity. I'd say paid ads is one component, and then the follow-up is the other 50%. They're like peanut butter and jelly when you're talking about running a lead generation agency. So if you want to be just another lead provider, just send them leads and that's it. But you will get shopped out like a commodity. If you want to provide them a strategic marketing plan, then you also solve the leaky bucket, which is follow-up. And if you're a business owner, you should solve this for yourself too. Figure out a way to automate your speed to lead. Every lead should be contacted. You can text every lead within 1 minute between the hours of 8 to 9 every single day. And that alone, just get a text message, start a conversation going with people, and then call them when you're free. I call people after hours all the time. Somebody fills out my ad and it's 7:30 on a Sunday, I'll call them right then and qualify them, because I just know they're right on their phone right then. It's the highest. You have a 8 times more likely chance to get a hold of them in the first minute or in the first 5 minutes than you do after the first 5 minutes. So I just call them right there. I'd rather talk to 8 people out of 10 than talk to 2 people out of 10. Right. So personalized messages, get a response, always put their name in there. You can put their name in there. Most softwares allow that. So you can put contact, first name. If you have other custom values, you can put those in there as well. And it's a little bit more advanced, but like if you have somebody on your ads filling out, what type of car do you want? I want a car. What can you afford? I can afford $250 a month. And when do you want to get it? I want to get it ASAP. Then you can send them a text with those custom values put into there. This is advanced, guys. Just follow me here. That says, hey, contact, first name. I see that you're looking for a type of vehicle for around budget in the next timeline, is that correct? And they'll just respond yes. And it's like very personalized. And then you've not only taken them off platform, you've taken them off platform and you've got them to confirm with a yes. That's a verified lead. You could call that a qualified lead at some point. Like if that's what your client's looking for, that's a really good way to show your client, hey, this is a good lead. This person literally said they're looking for this around this budget. They know the budget. So like I said, texts have between a 96 to 98% open rate. 95% of people ages 18 to 29 prefer text over call. Average 49.5 to 54% automated reply rate. Your text needs to be human though, and not salesy. Like your automations should look like somebody's actually sending it. In this day and AI, people are going to get sick and tired of talking to AI bots fast. Everybody's going to be pissed off. They're going to want to talk to humans. So we can bring this back. And yeah, sure, AI is probably going to get better and it's going to be really feel like a human. But I don't know. I feel like there's something to be said about a human on the other end. And businesses and people, customer service are going to be hungry for that because we want our actual needs met and understood and known and listened to, not just some bot or whatever. So, and you can send links through text. Send the link to the calendar, send the link to, some information or resources. So this is an example of what we do for these guys. And we just send them a message. Hey, contact first name with the fire emoji. It's business owner name. We're excited to help you get your next vehicle. When is a good time for us to give you a call to talk details? Then we send them a pre-recorded ringless voicemail message that has a message. It's me. It's saying, hey, super excited for you guys. Click on our ad. Just fill out the link below and you'll be able to book a call, something like that. And then we send them a double text that goes out a little bit later the next day that says, or if you prefer, you can request a time to come in for a test drive here. And we test a lot of different things, but this works pretty well. So this is our internal drip communication workflow. I told you guys we were going deep today. So you can see at the top in the purple, those are lead inputs. So anytime a Facebook form or an Instagram form or a TikTok form is submitted, or a submission on a landing page or a website, or a zap from a campaign like an outbound source, we're going to create the new contact in Go High Level. And then we have our orange. Our orange are all the different campaigns. So I just adjusted this yesterday. It's a little bit different now, but basically what we do is we run one campaign over the first 7 days, text and email every single day. Then after 7 days, we switch it from the frame of a manager and say, hey, this is the manager at the business name. I see that you have requested information. Has my team got a hold of you? Ask them that. A lot of times people will respond, yeah, no, I haven't got a hold of them. Thanks for reaching out, Mark, whatever, because they see this elevated frame through the manager. And we'll send a couple texts in that go over a week, like a text every 3 days. He'll respond and I'll be like, hey, just checking in on this. If nobody has called you yet, I've got a bone to pick with someone. Really acting like that manager that wants to make sure his team's doing the right thing. So you're tag teaming here. Then if they don't respond to that, we put them into a 14-day drip sequence. That's a couple texts every couple days, a couple emails, a couple double texts in there to really offset. If you clicked on my ad and I paid for you as a lead, I want you to either say yes or no. I don't want to waste time following up with you. So I go really aggressive in the first 30 days. And then we start a 365-day email and text sequence with built-in database reactivation for those leads. So as long as they're an active client in my area, every single lead that we get for them is going to be guaranteed followed up with for 365 days. So you see there's some different workflows in there. There's some actions that they have to take. But yeah, guys, that's basically how it works. And then everything points people to the calendar to get them to scale. And, basically that's, or to get them to book an appointment. And if that happens, we send them the appointment reminders, we move them through the process. So, keep in mind with your follow-up, your highest chance of connecting with a prospect is going to be by getting on a phone or a Zoom with them. Text isn't enough. Text is where you close the deal on getting a phone call. There's discovery calls where you're investigating, you're finding out if they're a good fit, you're not really pitching them. And then there's sales calls where you're actually demonstrating them, going over a proposal. There's nothing wrong with doing a 2-call close. As you get really smooth with your offer and you know exactly what you're selling and who's good for it, you can do a 1-call close. That's what I like to do. Because 15 minutes into the discovery call, I'll be like, well, man, do you have another 15 minutes? Like, I'm confident I can help you. If you're in front of a computer, I'll send you a Zoom link right now. And then we'll just get on Zoom and chop it up. And usually I can close them on that time. because they can't get their time back. So I'm like, hey man, we've already invested the time. Why do we want to wait to book another call for tomorrow? You're going to be busy. I'm going to be busy. We're already here at 7 p.m. It's Sunday. Let's take another 15 minutes. And if I answer all your questions and we go through this and this isn't right for you, will you just say no to me tonight so we don't have to waste our time? And they'll be like, yeah, of course. And likewise, if I show you everything, answer all your questions, and you do think this is going to be a fit, would you just be willing to learn about what it takes to get started in the next steps? Yeah, of course I would. Okay, perfect. And then you jump on with them. Okay, they're going to be pre-framed to be sold already, or to buy, I should say, not to be sold. The magic 5-minute window. We've talked about this, guys. I've shared the whole follow-up training, so I'm not going to go back over that stuff too much. There's a magic 5-minute window. Your chance of connecting decreases 550% outside that window if no follow-up is sent. Now I'm saying the magic 1-minute window. It's 1 minute. Okay, it's 1 minute. 40% of salespeople give up after just one attempt, and only 8% of salespeople follow up more than 5 times. So most salespeople suck. Your automation, your solution can help them with that. 5 to 6 calls on average is how many calls it takes to get in contact with a new lead if the first call isn't answered. People give up way too soon. People are so busy. It's not personal. They're just like, literally, they saw your ad and they were interested, and then like they missed the text, and then like they got in a fight with their boss, or something happened, and then like, and then they got back to watching Netflix, and then they forgot about it, and then they saw the ad again, and then and then you already gave up on them and they found somebody else. Like, there's so many ads and lead generation stuff that starts somebody into a buying cycle, and then they go buy with another company because the first company that was actually running the lead gen wasn't aggressive enough to actually get that customer in the door in the first place, just simply because of inefficiency and lead management. So this stuff is super important. So just kind of wrapping up here, guys. We'll do a full lead generation breakdown, and I'll talk to you guys more about the math with lifetime value and everything. I brushed over it today. The 5 whys is a big part of what I've focused on that's helped me to be super successful in this last year, especially 1 market, 1 solution, 1 conversion tool, 1 traffic source for 1 year. Hormozi teaches this a bunch, and I'm a big believer in this. Once I started just going for dealerships as the main thing, offering them 1 solution, 1 package, which I called the scale package, put everything into 1 conversion tool. So just using Facebook ads to convert for them, 1 traffic source, just using Facebook ads to get them for 1 year. I grew my agency to we're like $68,000 a month right now. So that's what it takes, guys. It's really what it takes. So write out your 5 whys. A quick exercise. We'll take 2 minutes here. Write out your 5 whys. If you got a notepad, or write them out for yourself somewhere, save them down. 1 market that you want to focus on, 1 solution or product, 1 conversion tool, 1 source for 1 year. Okay, guys, perfect. So you need a software to manage the system. Just ignore that link, guys. This is a different presentation. You guys all have access to the same software. So it's through Go High Level. We offer it in Agency Box. We're partnered with them. There's over 2.2 million users using this system, okay, across the entire world. 2.2 million. It's only been a company for like 4 years. It's growing super fast. Join the wave. Learn Go High Level. Learn it. It's everything. It's everything in one. It's all the tools you need to run your own agency. So start there. Get clients through it, and then you'll be able to bring clients on as an account under you, and they'll use it to run their home business. Does everything. You can even take payments in there. Okay. So, guys, we're going to go to a part 3 on this, because I do have a full complete picture. Actually, screw it. Let me just go straight in. Okay. So this is how to fully book your calendar in the next 30 to 90 days. This is our complete scale package. This is what we offer for clients, and this is what we do for ourselves. This is the 9-step process that books up your calendar completely. So basically, we have 3 pillars: the strategize pillar, the systemize pillar, and the scale pillar. Feel free to screenshot this if you'd like, take a picture. But at a high level, guys, on the strategy, anytime you go to put a campaign together for yourself or a client, set the vision. What's the goals? What are we looking to do? Perform an audit, go into the ads library. Who else is running offers? What has their business done before? What's been successful? What's worked? What's proven in other agencies? What's proven in other niches or the same niche? Like, perform a full audit, do your homework, structure the offer, put together an offer based on the pain points that you can solve and the fulfillment mechanisms you figured out how to solve them. Integrate the software it's going to take to make that happen. Craft the campaign, okay, the ads system, or if you're doing email marketing, the messaging, automate the follow-up, set your stuff in place with Go High Level. All this is super clear cut through workflows. As you learn the system, you'll learn this stuff like a piece of cake. Launch the campaign, nurture the leads, make sure they're getting the text, and then refine the results. That's a lead machine right there. That's a lead machine. It's all you have to do to build a lead machine. So, okay, guys, there is a special bonus for tonight, and that's why I wanted to end this kind of a couple minutes early here. So special bonus for tonight. Dylan and I are actually announcing an intro to a new program that we're going to be doing called the Agency MBA program, on the highest level that you can get in the agency space. And we're going to be running everyone through a 6-week training program that's basically going to be designed to teach you how to add instant revenue into your agency. And we're going to be doing a fun challenge, actually, where whoever the winner of this challenge is actually going to be flown out to the Agency Box headquarters with me and Dylan, and we're going to spend a one-on-one intensive day with you, helping you work on your business, filming content for your ads and for your social media accounts. So whoever adds the most revenue directly from this challenge, that's what they're going to get. So we've got an awesome 6 weeks planned here. And there's some kind of deal that Dylan's got with any of the existing Agency Box members that he'll talk about tonight on the call, where basically you can roll whatever you've got into this program. So super excited for that. And you guys are all invited. It's going to be at 4:30 CST, which is 5:30, or is it? I think it's 4:30 PST Pacific, so Vegas time, which is 5:30 MST, my time, which is like 7:30 EST, 6:30 CST. No. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. So wherever you're at, if you're on the East Coast, it'll be around 7:30. If you're in the middle of the country, closer to the East, it'll be 6:30. If you're in the Midwest like me, it'll be 5:30. And if you're over on the I'll have Dylan send out the link to everybody, and we'll email it. So let me just message him real quick and ask, or and let him know on that. And I'll make sure that the guys send that link out. Just drop in the chat real quick so I can record. Anybody that wants the link to that tonight, that thinks you might be able to make 5:30 work today, because I'll make sure you personally get the link. Nice. I'm glad. Perfect. Yeah, I'll just take a screenshot here, and I'll get everybody that wants to be on the link tonight. Okay, so we're going to be introing and showing you guys everything that's going to be in this program. It's going to be pretty intense, guys. Like, I put everything into this, and yeah, sure, some of it's going to be stuff that we already talk about in here, but we're going to go deep on every single subject. And the goal is for us to really turn this into a way for you guys to make long-lasting revenue. It's a live training, so these are all going to be Zoom calls, and yeah, we're gonna crush it like that, guys. So I'm super excited. There's a lot of good modules that we've came up with, and we will help you dial in every single part of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's training. How was it? Everybody drop me in the chat if you had a good time, and I got to run to my next meeting, but I appreciate all of you guys showing up. I hope to see you tonight on our Agency MBA intro call. Thank you, Christine. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And for the rest of you guys on here that were listening, I hope that you were learning, and thanks for hanging out. You guys have a great day. We'll see you.